Alright, this is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. This game came out late last year, I think it was around September, and Nintendo said it was going to be a very limited production run, similar to Super Mario All-Stars on the Wii, if you remember that. Sold out relatively quickly, and it was fairly hard to get in stores. With this one, Nintendo said they were going to produce copies until March of 2021. And so I figured it was going to be pretty much sold out everywhere by now. But I was in Walmart the other day, and they had, several copies. So it doesn't look like it's as hard to get as Nintendo initially made it out to be, or at least as people thought it was going to be. But they aren't making copies anymore, and once these are sold out, they will be gone. So keep that in mind. If you want to get this, now is the time to get it. So anyways, this is a collection of three of, I was going to say the most popular, but definitely three very popular 3D Super Mario games. Hence it's Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So here we got Super Mario 64. We have Super Mario Sunshine, and we have Super Mario Galaxy. Anyways, this is emulation, but it's not straight up emulation. There's new assets. Some of the sprites have been redrawn in a higher resolution. Some of the HUDs have been redrawn in a higher resolution. Mario 64 only runs at 720p. For some reason, all the others run at 1080p. So I'm not sure why the least demanding game here runs at 720p, but it runs at 720p. They all run at the original frame rates. So, Mario Sunshine originally ran at 30 frames per second, and so here it still runs at 30. But Mario Galaxy ran at 60 frames per second, so here it runs at 60. Again, Mario Sunshine is 1080p, and they redid the HUD so it takes up less space on the screen, redid that in higher resolution, so that looks good. It's running in a true 16:9, and it runs great, looks great. Some of the assets, the textures apparently have been slightly improved, but basically just like AI filtered or something like that, where they've kind of upscaled them a little bit. It's not like they're completely redone, so it still looks like Mario Sunshine, but running in 1080p with the HUD updated looks great. They've also updated some of the controls and little things on the HUD, when it says press start, normally it would say press start, but now it's going to say press plus, the plus, what's basically the start button on the Switch. So little things like that have been changed, and the controls have been tweaked. Anything that had motion controls, now that's tied to buttons or touching the screen. So like in Mario Galaxy, you can touch the screen to shoot the little star bits or whatever they're called. One complaint I heard about this was about the cartridge, and I thought, not all the games are on the cartridge. That happens so many times with Switch games where there's a compilation of 3 games, and 2 of them are on the cartridge, and the last one you have to download. So I was like, is it like that? Super Mario Galaxy you have to download. It's not actually on the cartridge. Turns out that's not what they were complaining about. All the games are on the cartridge. What they were complaining about is actually the logo on the cartridge. It does look kind of bad. I don't know why they scaled it so small to the side for the North American version. I guess the European version looks better. Again, Mario Galaxy runs at 60 frames per second. It's full 1080p. Looks great. And in the case of Mario Galaxy, I'm not sure about the others, but with Mario Galaxy, some of the code was actually recompiled for the ARM processor in the Switch. So Again, it is not straight up emulation. It's almost like a hybrid where you've got some of the code's been recompiled and it's running natively on the ARM processor, but yet some of the like graphics rendering engines are being emulated. So it's kind of a weird hybrid, half emulation, half recompiled code that runs natively on the Switch. So again, 1080p, 60 frames per second. With straight emulation, maybe that would have been a little bit too much for the Switch to handle. All in all, it's a great compilation. They all look great. Mario 64 is kind of the weak spot, or the weak link, only running at 720p. But it still looks better than ever. Is officially, an official way to play Mario 64. 720p looks way better than it looked on the N64. And if you're playing it on the screen, the screen itself is only 720p, so this really only comes into play when you're playing it docked on a television. So anyways, definitely worth picking up, and again, it's limited, so if you want it, pick it up now.